Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hey Girl Hey collaboration with Stockton Stuff and myself. Please click on the description box and see what she has created. Even if you're not looking for the Hey Girl Hey stuff, she creates a lot of beautiful things and it would be really fun to go over there and be a part of her community if you're not already. I'm always inspired when I see her creations. So Hey Girl Hey is where we take our lady stamps and make a creation from it. And I'm using Julie Nutting, but you don't have to use Julie Nutting. If you want to jump in or you want to be a part of it, just send a message and we'll add you to the description box. But it has to be girly stamp, lady, adult stamps basically. So what I thought I would do is use Camille today. I don't know how I'm going to use her, but we're going to use her. And then I want to use this butterfly stamp set. I had a problem with this butterfly stamp set before. It's a background stamp, so I'm thinking we're going with butterflies. Apparently, I wanted to do flowers, but then I was like, let's not stress ourselves out. So I'm gonna use this and come right back. Please excuse the glare. I want to say this is a Bow Bunny um, butterfly background, and I think I got mine from Tuesday morning, maybe. But I think they had it at Hobby Lobby still, or maybe I got it from Hobby Lobby. One of the two. I was like, ooh, I need it because I like butterflies, right? There's something about butterflies that just make me happy. But if memory serves, it did not want to act right. What is that? What is those two spots? Oh my goodness. I don't even know what those two spots are supposed to be. Let's see. I don't know. Let me check this thing out and see. Oh goodness. Okay, it is on there now, and I am going to tell you. That's interesting. Very interesting, to say the least. All right, so now what we're gonna do is just slide this up some. See if I can do this properly. Now I don't think this is a proper pattern. So there we go. And so what I did to get that spot is just rub it down really hard like that. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I think that's what happened the first time I used it, and I was like, ugh, really, really, is this what's going on in our life today? And I probably just set it to the side. I was like, nah, we cannot be bothered with that. But I think it came out good for what I'm going to try and do. So, and the reason why it's so much darker down here is because I inked it up multiple times to get those to that little spot. And now we're going to go ahead and use Camille. Now, I'm not sure how you all feel about some of the Julie Nutting stamps or Prima stamps. I haven't been tracking Prima for a while now, but I really like them. Um, I think because the collector in me is like, ooh, let's collect all of these things. Let's, have that experience, I suppose. So maybe that's why I like them. I don't know. I'm going to stamp her out twice, though. Well, I'm going to stamp this portion out of her, and then I think I'm going to stamp out her outfit. So I'll come back when I've done all of that. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going to use these three, four markers. These are the markers that I showed you all. I want to say this week, last week, sometime. I don't know. Sometime in either end of May or June. I mean, it's just June 4th, so I don't know. But these are the permanent markers, and people have left comments, so thank you so much. And from what I'm understanding, permanent markers don't really do the stuff that other markers do, and they're not supposed to bleed through, so it's great. I thought we would make her shoes and bow the dark purple, and her dress would be the light purple. Maybe she's at the botanical garden, and maybe she's gonna have to be at the botanical garden for the butterflies. But that's why so many butterflies. And I chose not to do her dress because I was gonna make her dress real colorful too, but I didn't want it to be so busy that it looked, weird, too weird. Too weird for me to try and get a grasp on coloring it, I suppose. Um, I'm using this light caramel for her skin. I think I always go to Copic for the skin tone. It just, I don't know. I feel like I'm able to find the color a lot easier with the words on there because the discount markers, I do have a few good skin tones from them, but sometimes, not so much. I don't pick the right color. I feel like I have a shadow over here on her arm. Yeah, we got to fussy cut her if you were wondering. And I put brown on her shoes. I feel like these are wedges. Now, if I was coloring in a coloring book, I'd probably take something and try to. I feel like this is drying out. She looks streaky on her shoulders. And put some lines on. I still may do that, but I have to think about it. Do I want to do that and mess it up? So let's clear up a few things. I would like to see Prima, if they don't have one, girl, some new girl stamps coming out. That'd be cool. to ladies. It could even be like, an odd type of stamp set, but multiples, right? If they were to release that, that would be cool to look at. Um, I feel like these stamps were pretty reasonably priced as well. They weren't astronomically high, and for the most part, you could get them in more than one location, which is always a good thing. Coloring this dress seems tedious. It's tedious, darling. Tedious. Whenever I hit this purple with other colors, you see how it changes it. And so these are the same markers, but the alcohol marker is different. Very interesting. I want to give the permanent markers another chance. My son, for some reason, somebody must have showed him some Posca markers, and he's like, "I want to get some Posca markers." So he has, for his promotion, he had got some money, and I don't put his money up. Don't judge me. I just don't put his money up, especially when it's under a large amount, and or under, well, not a large amount, but say if it was $100, I would say you can only spend this amount of money. Well, he really likes McDonald's, and I was sitting there, I was contemplating this McDonald's situation. He loves McDonald's, but we don't eat McDonald's anymore. Every now and then we'll have McDonald's, but he was like, I said, and so he had $40. And I said, you can only spend 20 of it at one time, and you need to save the rest. Well, he pulled the fast one on me. He was able to buy himself a Lego set, which I think was a good investment, right? It gave him about 30 minutes of enjoyment while he was putting it together, if that amount of time. And then he was like, I would like to go to McDonald's and get this, this, and this. I was like, are you sure you want McDonald's? He said, how much is this meal? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I think it's like $10. So we get there, and he was like, yes, I want that. The 10-piece chicken nuggets is what he likes. And I'm like, you could get nuggets from another spot that tastes way better than McDonald's. And then when I get ready, he said, and can I get a McFlurry? I said, you want a McFlurry instead of the drink? He was like, no, I want both. So he used up his money on food. Normally, I would just cover it. Like yesterday, he wanted something because he still has some money left over. And I was like, do you want this? He was like, I do, but I don't want to pay for it. I said, that's not what I asked you. I said, I'll buy it for you. Some candy that he wanted. So I let him get that. The candy was $2.25 because he got it from Michael's. Michael's is about that life. But I had my little voucher, so I was able to only pay for the candy. The stuff that I purchased, I didn't need to pay for. So if I hadn't got his stuff, I wouldn't have had to pay for anything. Cause his was like I paid 227, and his was 230. So 230 plus tax. All right. I do think I'm gonna make. I'm being very bold by coloring with nothing underneath. So far, so good with the bleed through, even though I use alcohol markers as well. From what I understand, Deb said, and someone else had wrote in a comment that the not the purple, but permanent markers don't tend to bleed through. We don't want to press our luck though, do we? I woke up in a weird mood today, like tired. All right, so let's go ahead and cut her out. Yay! Okay, we're gonna use this Artist Loft pearlescent watercolor pan set. Look, I don't know nothing about different stuff, but I'll tell you what. They gave you this cute little, not cute, but this is really cool tips on how to use watercolors, and they give you these different brushes. So this is what it's telling us about the brush, right? And this, well, the brush that they gave us is this thing right here. It is Artist Loft, and that's a Michaels brand. So, if you have experience with Artist Loft, then it's more of the inexpensive brush. I don't know what is this called? The bushy brush? I would say it's this, even though I think this is the one they were supposed to give us. It's okay. What I want to do is I'm gonna pull a Bob Ross on you. We're gonna wet the canvas real quick. All right, a little bit, ma'am. All right, so it's damp enough. And what I wanted to do, I didn't want to color in any of the butterflies per se. I just want to pick a few colors and create something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to pick up this purple. And it has a list of colors over here. Can you see the purple being picked up? Barely. Barely. So let's do it the old fashioned, the way I learned in elementary school. It's really pretty though. Yeah, no. I mean, this is going to get the job done, but this is not what I was going for. So let me go ahead and do this and come back. All right, so I believe we've turned this whole project into something totally not what I was going for, which is shimmery. I don't know. Let's see. I think if you tear it up, you can see the white, right? Can you see the white? Yeah. So up. See, I've been learning something from YouTube besides go and spend your money at these craft stores. I'm not doing it today though. I have adulting to do. Ugh. Adulting is so overrated. Little kids just see adults as big meanies, I think. Right? Telling them what they can and can't do. And then when you get to be an adult, you're like, oh, they were right. Oh, I should have never did that. I don't think I ever was like, I can't wait to be an adult because I'm going to do better than you. I do remember when I was working that I was like, I can't wait to get into a higher position because you're not a good leader. You're not a good manager. You don't know how to talk to people. I also put some on her because I was like, why not? Look at her. She's like shimmery. So if you're not used to what I do, I just poke a hole in the little spot where some skin and clothing not meeting. I usually also will cut that area, but today we're going to be fancy and cut a hole in the spot. These have out to be like one of my favorite pair of scissors. And when I had the opportunity to buy more than one pair, I did not. I was like, no, don't be greedy. You always get two. From now on, after those scissors, I've told myself, if you like it, get it because you never know, right? You never know when you're gonna see something and want it and can't get it, right? So now what we're going to do is put this on here. We need something sturdy. This paper has become bent up. So we're going to use this yellow paper. I think next month we're going to make a card. It's much easier. I like using that bust that we used last month. It was fun. Because what was the purpose of me tearing that paper if I'm going to uh, glue this down? It's tore too. It's okay. The shimmer does come off on your hand, so be mindful of that. It's always something to take note of. Our image from yesterday, I'm just going to turn this over and use our scraper, the big one today. Ooh, scrape on it. Uh-oh, we got something. Little tore, little tear going on over there. Why am I using this paper, you're wondering? I just needed something to have it become a little bit more solid, that's all. And since it was already torn on the side, I was like, this would be perfect. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. I am going over it too hard. I've rubbed off some of our paint because it's still, even though it's drying, it hasn't cured all the way, and that's okay. We'll be all right. Don't you worry your pretty little heads about this. Let's go ahead and cut this down. All right, so I'm gonna use some tape right here. Pull this stuff up. Ugh, this tape is finicky. It's super sticky, so that's a good thing. But other than that, it's very finicky. All right. And I chose to use tape only because the card is warped, right? The paper. There we go. Now, I have this. I'm not sure if y'all remember. We had some of these in the past project we used. I always get one side pretty straight and then the other side looks not straight. And I start clipping away at it and then it turns into knot as well. Let's see. I put this. There we go. See if I can cut it down some more on the sides. All right. There we go. Oh, I want to keep some flowers. I want to keep a little bit of flowers on here. There we go. Yeah. When I was doing it, I was like, you put too much purple on here, and it's so shimmery, so shiny. So we're gonna put it right here. This will probably be our last process video, because, well, yeah, I think this will be the last process video for Hey Girl Hey on the collaboration date. I think in the future I'll show you the finished project, and if I decide to craft it, I'll just share with you at a later date the crafted piece, because I don't want to dominate everyone's time. It's not just me doing this, someone else in it, and I don't think that's fair. And so we're gonna be using these pretty gold butterflies, and I think let's go with this green. It's pretty thick. Nicholas is about to get it, and then we're gonna put another small butterfly right there, or something right there to cover up that spot. I was looking, so I was going to do something totally different with this project, and I couldn't find, I thought I had some sea themed wood veneers because I was going to do a sea theme, and I couldn't find it. So we're going to put this to the side. Let me get something for that. All right, so I use one of these stickabilities from Paper Studio Hobby Lobby, and I just put it right here because we do have flowers, but we don't have a lot of flowers, and I'm okay with that. I do like the way this came out. I am surprised. I was going in this a little bit on the I don't know what I'm gonna do side today. Yep, that's better. We want it to be neat, but not so neat, right? I'm trying to get out of making crooked lines. Anyway, please click on the description box and see what Stockton stuffed, Stockton loaded, Stockton stuff Chandra has made. I would say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.